and Secretary of SOPHIST and expert in food science to deliver the welcome address.
Today's conference on Futuristic Horticulture. As the Secretary of Society for Promotion of Horticulture Science and Technology, it's my profound duty and I'm overwhelmed to welcome the gathering for the valedictory function. So it's my great honor for me to welcome our esteemed Chief Guest of the event, Dr. R. Tamilvendan, Registrar, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, for this valedictory function. Highly privileged to welcome Dr. N. Sendil, Director of Plant Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore, to this event and request Dean to honor him. I am present here. For me to welcome our beloved Dean HCNRI Coimbatore, Dr. P. Irene Vedamani, the organizing chairman of the event. So, our beloved Dean. Special welcome to all the foreign delegates, and I welcome all the esteemed guests, lead speakers, chairpersons, co-chair, rapporteurs, scientists, students, technical, non-technical staff, supporting staff, press, media and other faculties, and all my student friends for this valedictory program. I welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Respected dignitary participants, delegates from all over the world, SOPHIST committee members and students, everybody, good evening to all. And it is a great honor to participate in this international conference on Futuristic Horticulture 20. Biotechnology tools, CRISPR-Cas, speed breeding and all have showcased the potential to engineer crops with unprecedented precision for future horticulture. And cyber-physical horticultural systems have demonstrated how, thus paving the way for optimized resource management and increased productivity. And it is inspiring to see the presentation on smart horticulture and the banana story, starting from pulp to fiber, and then the natural napkins, and also the colder coconut coffee and everything and so on, to innovation, so that which is highlighted towards innovation, health, safety and also utility within this dynamic field. With heartfelt congratulations to the organizers, speakers, participants for a successful conference, I thank you all for your valuable contribution. And I also would like to thank all the organizers, the SOPHIST committee, chairman, members for the successful conduct of the program. And may the insights gained here propel us towards new heights of excellence and innovation in horticulture. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Conference. From the day one yesterday onwards, it's a very jubilant mode, whole horticulture teach when you reach the horticulture conference. This way, this international conference also last 2 days have people starting from international institutes, Sri Lanka or other places, and also many national institutes as leading scientists were here to present their papers, and also equally our scientists also presented their beautiful findings in this conference. Dr. Irene Madam and also their team for their successful conduct of this 2 days international conference. So, and again the technical sessions, also last session I was there here with the presenters, but it is a very nice lectures, but only the lack of time, otherwise everybody is having a greater results to be presented, but always any conference is always the time limitation is always there. But so many papers, so many presentations, and also this conference they give an opportunity for the students and also the staff members to present their oral papers apart from the lead speakers. Again, they covered entire arena of horticulture starting from the end of the post harvest, processing, vegetables and new technologies, everything being covered, and it is a whole arena of things. And again, I am really jealous that all the new horticulture crops, many new crops are coming, many new technologies are people try to adopt, and there are a lot of challenges, and also there are a lot of opportunities in horticulture crops, and every technology now horticulture is trying to adopt on that. So really it is a welcoming move, and also it is they have very good future in adopting or practicing a newer technology. So thank you, madam, for giving me the opportunities, and also I thank all the dignitaries on the dais, including the registrar and Balasubramaniam, controller of examinations, and also Anisa Rani madam, and Auxilia and all. They are going to are present here. It is a great moment for the evening sessions, even though it is little late. And I thank everyone for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Onada.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable.
Good evening everyone on the dais and off the dais. Thanks for the opportunity to participate in this valedictory function. Latest technologies in the communication field. So whenever we open the Facebook or particularly Reels, we see thousands of videos saying this is how you cultivate mango from guava tree, or potato from brinjal plant. Whether it is hair or hairy root, they say take aloe vera, cut it into pieces, smear it on both the plants, bury them together, you will get both potato and brinjal. Likewise, there are hundreds of videos we can see in the Reels. I am sure most of them are fake. But in this conference, I am sure all the data presented were really experimented data, and there are a lot of information when I was going through the session progress report. So there are a lot of information, new information for the young communities. So there has never been a depth of imagination among our scientists and students. Only problem is we don't have time to share between our teaching, research and extension work. Otherwise, we can still produce thousands types of more imagination. For example, see this clip. We can see from this simple example, this shows our imaginary power. So I am sure this conference might have triggered all your imagination further, and when you go back, please pass on this to your juniors, youngsters and other student friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Moving on.
Held in the 2 days international conference with 12 speakers from across the countries from international level, and there were 29 we talked. In that 20 talks are in offline. In that 4 were from international speakers and 9 on online. All the 9 speakers are from other countries. In oral there were 26 papers, and even though there is one international paper in the oral who has come here in offline, and there are 25 from Indian participants. And there are 198 posters honored in this session, and in that 175 have been presented during the session. Total 175 students have registered and 179 scientists have registered. In total, along with foreigners, there were 360 participants and from 6 countries including India. And in the inaugural sessions, we had a discussion about taking the futurist horticulture in another view. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am emphasis on the research programs with nutritional security, high density planting, and Dr. Danda Reddy, the Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshmi University, has mentioned about the high-tech practices and nanotechnology, and Dr. K.V. Prasad, our guest of honor from DFR, Pune, mentioned about the futuristic floriculture and inclusion of AI and IoT in floriculture concepts. Apart from that, other speakers have mentioned about the entrepreneurship activities and the marketing aspects in floriculture and horticulture aspects. And with that, we have concluded that inaugural session. And for the sessions, then the 8 sessions, the first thing was on 3D technologies and biotechnology tools. Here we had, this session was chaired by Dr. Manivanan sir and co-chaired by Saraswati ma'am, with reported from Dr. Arun Kumar and Dr. Vijay Selvaraj. It was mentioned from Dr. Umesh Reddy sir about the increasing the carotene content in watermelon and their activities of curtailing the gummy stem blight, especially in cucurbits, that was mentioned, and the practices were mentioned from Dr. Umesh Reddy from USA. That was the first session. And the second lead speaker, Dr. Manivadan sir, who is the Dean of School of Sciences of Tiruvallur, has mentioned about the breeding issues, first breeding tool especially, and he was mentioning about the micro to macro levels of breeding concepts and the incompatibility issues. Those are being tackled with the first breeding tools he was mentioning in his late talk. And our alumni, Dr. Ashton Gerard, the present PC of Hybrid Palms, mentioned about the coconut genetic resources and enlisted the climate resilient in the coconut programs. Apart from that, there were 4 oral presentations by Dr. Vijay, Dr. Kirak, Dr. S.P. Mirlani and Dr. Deepthi. And coming to session 2, it was chaired by Dr. K.S. Subramanian sir, our former Director of Research, and co-chaired by Dr. Sara Parveen ma'am, and rapporteurs were Dr. Sudha Lakshmi and Dr. Vini Sundar. And there was a very good discussion happened in terms of nano fertilizer, especially about urea, nano-coated urea and all. And the 2 speakers, Dr. Kingsley Ambrose from Purdue University and our former director, Dr. K. Subramanian, have mentioned about the latest in nanotechnology and in fertilizers of urea. And there was a mentioning about the synthesis of nanofertilizers with silicon nanoparticles, and Dr. KSS has mentioned about the 12 nanofertilizer were notified by the country, and TNAU has the major say in that frontier of nano research. This was discussed in session 2. Along with that, we had one more speaker from Malaysia. He was mentioning about the harmonious mango and the production and to the soil health was discussed, and the last one in the late talk of session 2 was done by Dr. Siddeshwari ma'am, and she has mentioned about exploring the traditional varieties of capsicum with rich nutrient load and with the biofortified crops. And in that 4 oral presentations were given by Ms. Isha Verma, Mr. Arun Sami, Ms. Amreen Banu and Dr. Manoj Bansal. And with the session 3, it was on the topic of precision and protected horticulture, and this was chaired by Dr. Irene Vedamima, our Dean Horticulture, and co-chaired by Dr. V. Ravikumar, Professor Soil Water Conservation, and rapporteurs were Dr. G. V. Rajalingam and Dr. S. Pranita. In that, the first lead talk was given by from Dr. Kishore, who was from Nepal. For the first time, we are getting the links from Nepal, and we are able to do a lot of collaborative works. This was discussed later. And from him, we have got a beautiful presentation from Jubilee and Coriander, how they were in that advanced climatic conditions, how they were doing in the tunnels, and that was discussed. Definitely, this will be useful for our cold climate conditions in India too. And Dr. Ravi Kumar sir, he has mentioned about the foggers and its usage, and the centrifugal pumps in the horticulture high value crops, especially in protected cultivation. And Dr. Rajit Kumar from IHR is a floriculturist here. We have mentioned about the AI and IoT technologies in floriculture and the promising floriculture crops of indigenous varieties, which are need to be get the tag from PPV FRA. That was also discussed. And the last lead talk from Dr. P. Jaykumar, our Director of Planning and Monitoring, has mentioned about the agrovoltaic system in sustainable horticulture, and again it was related to the fixing solar panels, and his impressive talk on the photosynthetic activity with the help of solar panels and the interaction with the crops were discussed very nicely. In that, we had 2 oral presentations, one from Dr. Prajali and one from Dr. Subesh. And the session 4 on rainfed horticulture was chaired by Dr. Axelia, and it was co-chaired by Dr. M. Kavita, and co-chair was Dr. S. Padmapriya and Dr. M. Kamino. In that, the first presentation was from Dr. Umar Rani from Malaysia. He has mentioned about the crop horticulture cultivation, especially protected cultivation at Malaysia, and he has highlighted the advantages of their equatorial climate in supporting the horticulture crops there, and that points were well taken up by the session. And the second lead talk was given by Dr. Karnagaran, a man for arid zone fruits, and he has given a very good clear linkage about the crop diversification strategies in the modern era of smart fruit culture. In arid zone fruits especially. And the third lead talk was given by Dr. Richard Kennedy, and he has mentioned about the research gaps in Palmyra. And in that, there were 2 oral presentations, one from Dr. S. Pranita and one from Dr. S. Venkateshan. And the theme 4 was given by, the theme was mechanization and process automation. It was chaired by Dr. Palanivelan, our Director CWGS, and it was and its impact in horticulture and all. It was well explained and was thoroughly discussed. And enough to put his stall also explaining each and every one of the participants about his projects in AI-based sensors, especially she has developed for the vegetables. And the third talk was from Dr. S. Sridevi, the Professor in Head of Physical Sciences. Here she has mentioned about the cyber physical particle systems and creating about the data sets were very much discussed. The 3 oral were done during the session, and in session 6, it was in advanced packaging technologies. The session chair was Dr. G.J. Janavi and co-chaired by Dr. S. Karthikeyan, Professor in Post-Storage Technology, and the reporters were Dr. Usha and Dr. M. Mohan. Here we had a discussion from Dr. Kadiravan Krishnamurthy from Illinois. He has mentioned about the novel packaging practices handled in for horticulture crops, and again here the beauty of this session was all the lead talks were given from the different countries in online. The second talk from Mr. Dr. Ahmed Ghani was all from Malaysia. He has mentioned about the non-edible coating and the nano-edible form of making the packaging material. And another 2 presentations from Dr. S. Karthikeyan and Janavi also highlighted about the packaging technologies. In the 3 oral presentations were given by Dr. S. Bhuvaneshwari, Dr. Premalakshmi and Dr. S. Karthikeyan. And coming to session 3, the penultimate session in the afternoon was on environment-friendly plant problems and here plant protection. Here the session was chaired by Dr. Gomati and Dr. S. Vanitha, and the reporters were Dr. Ilai Bharati and Dr. Karthikeyan. Here we had a presenter from New Zealand, Dr. Bhubadi. He has given a talk about the practical manner of using the horticulture crops in high-tech production, and his session was very impressive in different ways. How especially the climate at New Zealand is totally different as like our country, where Australia and India having 6 different climate zones. In the tropical zones, the New Zealand topic was discussed. And mango, especially the Hermes mango at Malaysia, and a related discussion about the packaging and handling the fungal disease in that was discussed. And Dr. Mohan, our former PhD who was known for the trap Mohan, he was chaired by Dr. N. Sandil, Director CPMB and B, and the co-chaired by Dr. C. Indurani, the Professor in Vegetables, and rapporteurs were Dr. A. Punitha and Dr. A. Prabhu. In that 2 lead talk was given by Dr. P. Suresh from NRCB, and obviously all the important things happened at NRCB, the promising things in the futuristic horticulture forms, especially for banana, supporting the farmers in R&D were discussed. And Dr. Shankar, who was known for his exotic vegetables, both are from our alumni. He's from IHR Bengaluru. He has mentioned about the important about the high value and nutritional crops with less area requirement. He has also mentioned about the R&D issues and extension in that. And in the last session, there were 3 oral, one from Dr. Arun, and one from Mrs. Ramya, and one from Dr. Cynthia Fernandez. So with this, all the sessions were concluded, and all the sessions have useful recommendations, and I hope this will be making into a proper proceedings, and we could able to take up the things in future aspects, especially in R&D. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Really, I feel very happy to stand before you in the valedictory function of this international conference. I and the entire team, for having organized this type of wonderful conference in a very fitting manner. Really, I think they are conducting a second time, I think, right? Already they have conducted one conference, and this time they have conducted a lot of experience. So, we are maintaining the second rank in our country, and it is very difficult to maintain the higher position. So for that, we actually work hard, and we are committed to offer quality education to the students. At the same time, we are doing advanced research in the frontier areas. So these are our secrets to be maintaining the second position. And above all, we actually, though we are a 100-year-old institute, we used to update regularly. That is an important secret behind this. So for that, we are conducting these type of conferences, seminars, symposium, workshops, trainings and so on to update staff as well as students. So one such event is this international conference on horticulture. Really, I feel very happy. In this conference, actually, horticulture is gaining momentum nowadays in the agricultural arena because horticulture really doing well in the recent days, and our horticulture sector is blooming with a record production of nearly 355 million tons last year, surpassing all the previous years. And the contribution of horticulture in the GDP is almost 30%. It's really a good number. And it's really interesting to note that India is the top in the world in the production of so many fruits like mango, banana, guava, papaya, pomegranate, amla and lime. And in Tamil Nadu also, it's also playing a major role in the Indian scenario. And it is one of the leading horticulture hub, and it contributes nearly 7.7% in the national total national outlay. And this sector is nowadays contributing more of job opportunities, and also it gives more of income to the farming community. So we have to focus more on the horticulture and its allied sectors. Though we are leading in these ways, it also has a lot of challenges and bottlenecks. One such challenge is farm mechanization. So the farm mechanization is very poor when compared to other Western countries, and poor linkages with value chain, and also inadequate cold storage and warehouse facilities. And we don't have much climate resilient horticultural crops. So these things we have to take care, and I hope this particular conference might have deliberated all these issues, I hope. And this particular conference, I heard that nearly 360 students and scientists have attended. 6 experts from USA, Australia, Malaysia, Israel, Sri Lanka and Nepal have participated in this conference with 8 teams. And I hope this conference might have given a platform to students and staff members to have a cross-learning, and also you might have some deliberation with your fellow colleagues in way of exchanging your ideas, knowledge, and some people might have gone for some collaboration works also. And really it's a very good opportunity for you people, and I would like to extend my gratitude to the sponsors as well as the lead speakers, and I also express my sincere thanks to the chairpersons, rapporteurs and also the student volunteers who have given their fullest efforts for the successful conduct of this international conference. I once again thank Dr. Irene Madam and their entire team for having organized this wonderful conference in a very successful manner. Thanks for the opportunity given. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, sir, for
Sir, reading.
Second, Ms. Deepthi Mohite.
Sir, reading. Okay. Sir, reading. Okay. Sir, reading.
Team 3, the first place goes to Dr. C. Subesh Ranjit Kumar. Second prize goes to Dr. Pranjali.
Okay. Madam, ready. Okay. Sir, ready.
For team 5, the first prize goes to Dr. S. Senthil Kumar.
Okay.
The first prize is shared by Dr. S. Bhuvaneshwari and Dr. V. Premalakshmi.
Madam, ready. Okay. Sir, ready. Okay.
And the
Sir, ready. Okay.
For theme 8,
Okay. Sir, ready. Okay.
for the theme 1, the first prize goes to Dr. Bhagat Singh, goes to Dr. R. Sunita.
Okay. Okay.
For theme 3,
Okay.
Dr. Ravamani Vegaswamy.
Sir, ready.
And the second prize goes to Dr. P. Ivan Medapudi.
Madam, ready.
For theme 4, the first prize goes to
Okay.
Dr. Shivakumar.
Ready.
And the second, for theme 6, the first prize goes to Dr. H.
Okay.
And the second prize goes to
Okay.
for theme. Now it's time to honor the people behind the conference.
Okay.
Ceremony. The supporting staff for typing, networking and etc. Mr. R. Karthikeyan. Give them a big applause. To Dr. N. Sendil, Director CPMD and me. To the Controller of Examination. To Dr. M.S. Anisa Rani, Nodal Officer.
Respected Register, Dean Horticulture, HCNRFIU, over the above and assignments. And good evening to all. Our Chief Patron, Dr. Vijika, for her visionary leadership and unwavering support in making this conference a reality. We are deeply grateful to Dr. Kamivedhan sir, Registered TNAU, for his unconditional support in the conduct of this conference. I propose my thanks to Dr. A. Shankari, Professor Horticulture, Organizing Secretary of this conference, and we extend our sincere gratitude to our distinguished international advisory committee members from various countries who have contributed their valuable expertise and guidance. Our sincere thanks to the National Advisory Committee members, and also I express my thanks and gratitude to Director Planning and Monitoring, Dr. Jaykumar sir, for kindly making the availability of this abstract and souvenir. Special appreciation goes to our international and national delegates who have travelled from various parts of the world to share their knowledge and experiences in futuristic horticulture. We thank all the researchers and scientists who have presented their work, contributing to the rich exchange of ideas and advancement of horticulture science. Our heartfelt gratitude extends to all participating institutions and collaborations at national and international level. All sponsors for their generous support, especially NABARD, Accent and Coconut Board. The teaching and non-teaching faculty for their tireless efforts. And my gratitude extends to all form and support staff of TNAU Coimbatore and students volunteers for their dedication and media partners for their coverage. Finally, we thank all the participants who are present both physically and virtually and for making this conference a grand success through their active participation and engaging discussion. This conference would not have been possible without the collective effort of everyone involved from TNAU Coimbatore. Thank you all for making ICFH 2024 a memorable and knowledge-enriching experience. Not only I am not restricting my vote of thanks to these formal vote of thanks, I want to tell my thanks to individual persons. First of all, Sankariku நான் நிறைய தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும். அவங்களுக்கு வந்து புது எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆர்கனைசிங் செக்ரட்டரியா இருக்கிறேன்னு கேட்ட உடனே without any hesitation she accepted. அதில் வந்து அவங்க நிறைய என்கிட்ட கற்றுக்கிட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதில் சில நேரம்லாம் அவங்ககிட்ட வந்து ஹார்ஷாக நடந்துக்கல சாரி சங்கரி, பட் யூ ஹவ் டன் யுவர் வண்டர்ஃபுல் ஒர்க் இன் co-organizing secretary Dr. M. Prabhu, Ashok Kumar and Haripriya and T. Shanmugam are a research associate. They were helping me in lot of areas. I am thankful to them also. And treasurer P.S. Kavita, அவங்க வந்து registration கொடுத்துருந்தே கஷ்டமான ஒர்க்கு அதையும் பண்ணி நிறைய பேர் வந்து ரெஜிஸ்டர் சோஃபா சொசைட்டியில் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ண வச்சாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு என்னுடைய தேங்க்ஸ். அடுத்தது செக்ரட்டரிஸ் அக்ஷிலியா, அவங்க வந்து மீடியாவில் அவங்கள மெயினாக போட்டிருந்தேன் என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் கமிட்டி. ஐ எம் தேங்க்ஃபுல் டு அக்ஷிலியா ஃபார் மீடியா. தட் இஸ் எல்லா மீடியா ரிப்போர்ட்ஸும் அவங்க அப்பப்போ கொடுத்து நம்முடைய கான்ஃபரன்ஸை வந்து வெளியே தெரியப்படுத்தினது அவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. அண்ட் ரிகார்டிங் அப்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன், I should thank that is Sir Radhalingam sir, then Kavino, Haripriya, Kaisa sir, and all other people, my teaching assistants, Kumar, Muralidharan, and Adli, and these people helped me a lot in preparing preparing the abstract. Then regarding the lead speaker finalization, I already expressed my thanks to Dr. Shankari and other horticulture research stations heads, Arun Kumar, Palur head, and from Kodaikanal, Thadiyagudusai, and என்னுடைய டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஹெட்ஸ்க்கு அவங்களே வெஹிக்கிள் கொடுத்து எனக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. அதே மாதிரி எல்லா ஹெட்ஸுக்கும் சரஸ்வதி மேம் அவங்களுக்கு எக்ஸிபிஷன் கொடுத்துட்டு அழகாக பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஒண்டர்ஃபுல் ஒர்க் வாஸ் டன் பை ஹர் அண்ட் கங்கா. அவங்க வந்து ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் அதில் வந்து நம்ம பத்மபிரியாவை பாராட்டி ஆகணும். செலெக்ஷன் ஆஃப் மெமெண்டோ அண்ட் எவ்ரி திங் இட் வாஸ் வெரி நைஸ். இட் வாஸ் இம்ப்ரெஸ் பை மீ அண்ட் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. அவங்களுக்கும் அவங்க டீமுக்கும் நான் தேங்க் பண்ணுறதுக்கு கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கேன். அதே மாதிரி கமிட்டி அதில் வந்து அந்த நம்முடைய ஏஏஓஸ் அவங்களெல்லாம் சொல்லணும். அவங்க ரொம்ப நல்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க, அவங்களே பாராட்டணும். அதே மாதிரி அக்கௌண்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் கமிட்டி, எங்களுடைய அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃபீஸர் கேசு சார், அப்புறம் பிரபு, பிஎஸ் கவிதா, மாணிகா அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃபீஸர், சந்திரா தேவி, சந்திரபிரபா, பரமேஸ்வரி, இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் எனக்கு வந்து எல்லாத்தையுமே அது செப்பரேட் பண்ணி கொடுத்தாங்க. அது கவினோ, எஸ்பெஷலி கவினோ, அந்த புக் பிரிண்டிங் எல்லாத்துலேயும் பிரபு, நம்ம ஆஃபீஸ் ஆஃப் த டீன் ஹார்டிகல்ச்சர் பிரபு ரொம்ப அவரை பண்ணணும். பொறுமையாக என்ன சொன்னாலும் போய் ப்ரெஸ்லேயே கடந்து அழகாக வாங்கிட்டு வந்துருக்காப்புல. அது கவினோ, சுபேஷ் அவங்களெல்லாம் பாராட்ட கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கேன். அதே மாதிரி இந்துராணி, ஓவர்சீஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் அதர் யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அவங்க வந்து டேக் கேர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதே மாதிரி விஐபி கெஸ்ட் அண்ட் லீட் ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் அக்கம்பெனி, அதுக்கு வந்து பார்த்து போட்டேன். கவினோ, பாலகுமகன், விஜய் செல்வராஜ், கார்த்திகேயன், அந்த மாதிரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பர்சனாலிட்டிஸ் போட்டிருந்தேன். எல்லாரும் அவங்களுடைய ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. மெமெண்டோஸ் அண்ட் பிரைசஸ் கங்கா அண்ட் ஹிஸ் குரூப், பத்மபிரியா, தாமரை செல்வி அண்ட் வித்யா. அதாவது சர்டிஃபிகேட் இஷ்யூ வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியம். அதில் வந்து பொறுமையாக அழகாக பண்ணித்தது சித்ரா அண்ட் வித்யா. மாதிரில ஆனால் அழகாக பண்ணி கொடுத்தாங்க. இது எல்லாத்துக்குமே நான் கடவுளுக்கு நன்றி சொல்ல விரும்புகிறேன். அழகான கிளைமேட்டு, எல்லாரும் சொன்னாங்க மேலே விழுந்துரும் ஏன்னா மழை நிறைய பெய்யுங்க, அதெல்லாம் இல்லாமல் அழகான கிளைமேட், ட்ரிஸ்லிங் சூப்பராக இருந்தது கிளைமேட்டு. அது மாதிரி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செஷன் இனாகரலுக்கு கூட்டமே இல்லாமல் போயிடும்னு நினச்சா அதுக்கு வந்து மேடம்க்கு நான் ரொம்ப தேங்க் பண்ணணும். வைஸ் சான்சலர் மேடத்துக்கு ஸ்பான்சர்ஷிப்லையும் சரி கம்மியாக கிடச்சிது ஸ்பான்சர்ஷிப். ஆனால் லாஸ்ட் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்லேயே மேடம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணலாம். எப்போவுமே எனக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியாது, எனக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணலாம். அதை வந்து நான் வந்து கண்டிப்பா அது இல்லாம முடியவே செய்யாது. கையில காசு இல்லாம என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? அது வந்து மேடம் எனக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க. இனாகுரேஷன் கிராண்டா நடக்கிறப்போ head support was behind me and it will be always with me. I think so. And இந்த செஷன்லயும் சார் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரார் சார் மற்ற ஸ்டாஃப்லாம் வந்து எனக்கு அழகாக கோஆர்டினேட் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. வித் காட்ஸ் கிரேஸ் என்னுடைய ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் எம்எஸ்சி PhD ஹார்டிகல்ச்சர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஹியர் gathered here. இது வந்து நல்ல அந்த plenary session that is அந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் உடைய லாஸ்ட் டே கூட அழகாக கொண்டு போயிருக்குது. அதுக்கு அவங்களுக்கும் நான் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கேன். அது கரம் தாழ்த்தி சிரம் தாழ்த்தி உங்கள்கிட்ட மன்னிப்பு கேட்டுக்கிறேன். எல்லாருடைய ஹெல்ப்பும் எனக்கு இருந்தது. ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். எஸ்பெஷலி எம்எஸ்சி போஸ்ட் ஹார்வெஸ்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் செகண்ட் இயர் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து கிரெடிட் போகுது. அண்ட் ஃப்ளாரிகல்ச்சர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அவங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க, சுபேட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. இதே மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டும் வெஜிடபிள்ஸ் அவங்க இது வந்து டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட்டுக்கு எஸ்பெஷலி கவின் அந்த பையன் அது அவங்களுடைய டீம் எல்லாம் நிறைய ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி